Hey everybody, welcome back to MTG Spec. This is the first MTG Spec video of the year, and it's honestly about 2 weeks late. This is a follow-up video to my third most watched video, which, I have a very tiny channel, but, third most watched meaning like 700 views or something. But about 2 years ago and 2 weeks ago, I predicted on December 20th, was it 2021? I don't know. I predicted that Metazoo would fail. The game Metazoo would fail within about 2 years. And a lot of people were like, well, you better do a follow-up video. So here it is. And I'm giving my prediction a B minus. I don't know. So everything I know about Metazoo basically comes from my experiences at the store where I work, and from the kind of community of players and places I've seen in Georgia, and Creepy Rudy, who I'm a patron of Alpha Investments, and I've been following his channel closely. He's really the person who introduced the concept of Metazoo to me, and same with Flesh and Blood. And so starting off with my store, we carried 2 Metazoo sets ever. We carried UFO and Seance. I probably bought more than anybody else at the store because I like to collect random games. Just because I say Metazoo is going to fail doesn't mean, I'm completely against it. It just means I don't think it has much of a future. And so I collected some just to have some, because I collect every game that exists. I've got a lot of different rando stuff, and it's fun. And so my store stopped carrying it after Seance because sales just fell through the floor. Now I understand, in lots of different parts of the country, there's a lot of different levels of participation. There's some places where Metazoo has a healthy tournament environment. But at the time I made the video, it was pandemic era, and it was looking like Metazoo was like really situated to become the next Pokemon. Like there was all this talk about it becoming a multimedia darling, like it was gonna have a cartoon, it was gonna have all kinds of stuff going on. And at the time, there's a lot of hype about people like buying the cards and paying through the nose to get the early Kickstarter versions, and it was really a lot of hype train, and I just wanted to throw some cold water on that fire, because I felt like the design of the cards was amateurish. And you can watch the video. I'll throw a link into the video at the end here. It's a real short video, but it just got a lot of comments. I got ratioed completely because Metazoo fans are rightfully annoyed when people attack their game. But we're looking at a situation now in 2024 now. But 2 weeks ago would have been 2023 still. And we're looking at a situation where Metazoo effectively has failed. The reason I'm saying that is, again, through the lens of Creepy Rudy of Alpha Investments, who partnered with the game. There have been a few events lately that indicate strongly that at least he believes that the game is going downhill, and he's the one partnered with them. So he has every reason to conceal that or to play that down. So one thing that happened a little while ago is he had a special promo. He does all these promos like, Creepy Rudy cards that are exclusive to his patrons. And he did one that was the infamous Rudy, I can't even say it, Rudy the Crayon Eater, where he drew a Creepy Rudy, and then there were these crayon cards that connected to it that were drawn by like his kids and his wife. So it was like a big family thing. It was really sweet. It was really cute. It was just, random little promo. But his sale, like he had like maybe 200-300 patrons buying this stuff. And after the sale, the sale was like $300, and you got like a bunch of Metazoo boxes. And then after the sale, the cards blew up like in value because there were so few of them that had been bought by patrons, and only patrons could get them. And so these cards were extremely expensive. You know, they were like $300 a card. And so he was very you could tell he's agitated about that, and he felt like some of the attacks came close to attacking his kids in a way for their art. And you know, it was just a sweet thing. But it didn't do well for him. And then he said that if he ever did re-release the cards, that he would re-release the cards without any product, because people were basically just getting free product at the prices that the cards were selling for. And that it was very difficult to put together a full set of these crayon cards. That there's like a Rudy card, and then there's like a green, blue, and say yellow crayon that connect. I don't know the exact details, but they connect on either side and above. So there's like 4 promos in this set, and it just did very badly for him. So a little while after this, he does a video called A Depressing Video, which is one of the few videos he's ever actually taken down, where he called out Flesh and Blood and Metazoo as being 2 companies that were not adapting well with their print runs. You know, he's always blowing the cautionary horn that oversized print runs are what kills collectible card games, because if a card game is not collectible, it will not be a game piece that people can play, because without the collectability, without people buying and investing, then the card game is going to go away. And so your game pieces aren't going to do much good, because you're going to stop making them completely without the collectability front. And that's something I essentially agree with. And so he called out and he said that this latest expansion set for Metazoo, which was, other than they had a Tops series that had some really glossy cards, some cool chase cards. It looked good. They had a Metazoo Tops special set, but otherwise Metazoo has not been publishing like a lot of specialty products, at least not that I've seen. And they came out with a licensed tie-in with Hello Kitty. And the Metazoo Hello Kitty, the cards look, you know, they look fine. They look cool, but apparently they overproduced this. And he's saying now, even if they do another regular set after this, that it's going to be basically in the same silo as Force of Will. Force of Will was a game that after they overproduced a set, I think it was called Millennia of Ages or something like that, that from that point on, after they'd overproduced one set, they'd broken trust with LGSs, and nobody wanted to carry the product in bulk anymore. And so that's the same situation we're looking at now with Metazoo. After Hello Kitty busted, when it should have been a shining moment, they just overprinted it, and now people are stuck with pallets of this stuff. And he said that even if they do another regular set, like a seance or whatever, that it's going to be so severely underordered that the game's trajectory is no longer that of a big growth, you know, juggernaut. Like it's not going to be, you know, giving Pokemon any sleepless nights anytime soon, the way it was looking like maybe it could back in the day. And plus, we live in an era now where we have other huge IPs that are starting to blow up, like One Piece by Bandai, the Sorcery, TCG. So we're seeing other, you know, the new hot things show up, and Metazoo, and to a degree apparently Flesh and Blood, who Rudy is also sort of divorcing from a little bit. He's not going to be doing as many special promos or playmats and stuff like that. In fact, I got a disturbing patron email the other night from his wife saying that he'd fallen ill. So he's had like some major sleepless nights since he did this depressing video. That was what it was called, where he called out his partners in Flesh and Blood and Metazoo and said, "What the fuck are you doing? Your print runs are out of control. You're destroying your own brand." But, you know, for me, all the litmus test I really need, because again, I don't know what Metazoo events are happening across the country, but I do know that in terms of like a general like collective consciousness thing, it's not the juggernaut that it was poised to become. And I think based on Rudy's interaction with it and how troubled he is by the direction they're going, and I think they started to ghost him, like they stopped talking to him. Like this is, I'm sorry guys, but to the people at Metazoo, like if Rudy's your public face and he's the one promoting your product better than anyone, and he's doing all these special promos, maybe don't ghost him. Maybe keep him in the loop because it looks like you're falling apart, just like I am with my cough. So anyway, 2 weeks and 2 years ago, I predicted that Metazoo had about 2 years left, or it wouldn't be around in 2 years. It will still be around. So on a very literal level, I'm wrong. But if it's going to be around as a sort of a boutique item in the same vein as a Force of Will card game. So it's not going to be, it's not going to grow beyond where it is now. Like the player base probably isn't going to grow much more. It could prove me wrong, but it looks like all signs look like it is not engineered in such a way where it's going to grow beyond where it is now. So again, I'm giving that prediction a B minus. We'll see how my prediction from the last couple of days goes of AI hitting some kind of singularity this year. I'm hoping for at least a B plus on that one. So I will talk to you guys later. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you later. Okay, bye.